Good day, everybody. This is Clarence Manny. I'm coming to you from the Livingston Mall here in Livingston, New Jersey on a Wednesday afternoon, actually morning. Man, it's so quiet in here. I love it. I normally would not come in here on a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday. Those days are too busy. I don't deal with it. It's better when it's quiet. I can get more stuff done. What I wanted to talk about today very briefly was how I was able to raise my credit score 120 points and go completely debt-free during a global pandemic. Now, that's the exact opposite of what most people experience during the past year or so. I'm saying year or so because it really isn't over. Okay, we're still in the throes of it. We're just coming out of it and getting more active. But, we're still feeling the effects of what was going on last year. So in any case, what happened last year was that the world saw the economy slip to the lowest point since the Great Depression. It was just ridiculous. I mean, even me, I was affected where most of the gigs that I do just went boom as far as my business consulting career is concerned. I'm still a business consultant. I still help people get it done. Businesses get it done, but a lot of the gigs just either died out completely or just should be dead. But I had one that just went straight through the roof. So the plan B, of all things, the plan B went straight through the roof. So here's how we were able to do this. Number one, here's the number one tip I'm going to give you. Don't buy stuff you can't afford. Bam. If nobody told you that, I'm glad to be the first to tell you that. What does that mean? Manny, I can't afford this. Monthly payments. Okay, that's fine. I deal with monthly payments as well. I'm not mad at that. I can remember growing up, it was called layaway. It really meant you couldn't afford it, but you could afford it over time. Okay, fair enough. So a person has their job. They're making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. Maybe they're making $100,000 a year, whatever the case is. And they normally should buy something like this. This is what they're looking to buy. But because they made a little bit more money, now they buy something that's a little bit bigger and a little more costly. Okay, now they depend on overtime and extra time at work and things like that. And if they put in that overtime and extra time, they can get it. But what happens when that overtime and extra time is not available? Now, guess what? They cannot afford it. And so they're dipping and dodging, the repo man because, hey, you got to pay for your car. You got to pay for your home as well. If not, there's some things that will take place. So simply said, don't buy stuff that you can't afford, whether it's a house, a car, a TV, the shoes, whatever it is, let it go. Save up for it. Then you can afford it. If the monthly payment is right and it won't break you if you lose your job, then you can afford it. Now, here's another tip. Your boss, he has one job only, and that's to make sure that you and everybody else do the job. He pays you at the end of the week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, but he is not responsible for your financial security. Now, that's deep because most people think that they have rights and the boss can't do this and do that. Listen, the boss can fire you in most states because it's Monday and he didn't like the shoes that you were wearing. Okay, so once you get that in your head, don't fight it. Just get it in your head, keep that in mind, keep that mental attitude, and guess what? Now you say, okay, it's an end game to this. So I'm here to help them produce, right, so that this company can stay thriving. That's a benefit because it's going to benefit us, it's going to benefit the customers, and also I'll get a check. Now, with that check comes the responsibility that I'm supposed to have financial responsibility. It doesn't mean I have to take some thousands of dollar class in college. It just means I have to be smart with what's mine. Oh my God. Did I just drop knowledge on you there? You're welcome. That was free. Okay, so now that we've got that all set, the boss isn't responsible for my financial security. Now it's up to me. Just be smart with my money. You and I, that's what we need to do. Just be smart with it. Spend it on stuff that we can afford. Have some left over for miscellaneous. Now, miscellaneous happened big times last year. Miscellaneous is, we say that she's a woman who takes all your money, right? That's the stuff that surrounds you that you can't do anything about, such as a global pandemic costing you your job. So when this happened for me, what I did was I jumped ahead of everything. I said, let me just pay off because I'm getting paid. I still had income coming in from stuff I had done some time ago. We were thriving like crazy last year and still doing good this year. We took that money instead of goofing off with it, going on a trip or whatever, you could do. I don't think you could go on a trip last year, but we took it and we just paid debt and we paid the debt down to zero and we paid ahead of stuff. So rents, months ahead, car payments, months ahead, things like that. That's how you get ahead. Okay, you don't need to pay monthly for someone to help you get out of bad situations. per se, because if you don't get into them in the first place, especially with credit, you're good to go. Now, if you want to know how to build credit, things like that, how to grow from there, that's different. But to help you to undo some bad situations, you can undo it now. You don't need to necessarily pay anybody for that. So, in any case, I hope this was helpful for you. Now, also, I'll say this, the last thing before I go, Plan B. What Plan B has meant for me is 6+ figures and growing. There's going to be ups and downs with that because it's business, but it's 6+ figures and growing, which allows me to lead a retirement lifestyle in my 40s, not in my 60s and 70s. Okay, so if you want to get started in a Plan B, right, which will pay you do it now in 2021, it'll pay you in 2031, then reach out to somebody you know who's willing to work with you and mentor you and teach you and train you. If you don't have any such one, DM me. We'll be more than happy. We're looking to take on new folks. We want the challenge of being able to help someone else pay off all their debt. So thank you so much for your time.